Hey guys, welcome back to Graybeard Gaming and another episode of Vintage Poor Boy Survival on Elmcreek. So today we're going to finally do what we've been talking about. We are going to buy that harvester. I know we already had the gleaner, but it's just too much. Too big for our operation. So let's go ahead. We're going to head to the store, and just to make sure that there isn't one sitting in the used vehicles, which it doesn't look like there is, but there is a pickup header, which that actually might be interesting. I'm going to have to take a peek at that. All right, so all right, so what does that actually go with? M3000, I bet. Oh well, it's interesting, but I don't need it right now. All right, let's go ahead and purchase our harvester, and then we're going to take on a couple contracts. So, all right, now I could go with this. I'm going to go with the base game chopper cover. There's not a whole lot of difference. It's really just the lights and where they're located. I do not care for the 2043. The 2040 lights are okay, but I think I like the 2042 the most. So yeah, we're going to leave the covers, we're going to leave the rubber mat, and we are going to go with a cabin. As far as cabins go concerned, I do like this one. Just kind of has a better feel to it. The cabin, we're going to I think we're gonna leave that the way it is for the wheels. I want the cabin and the wheels to kind of match, and it's not going to. And black is okay, but I think I'm just going to go with a white. And we will make sure that our wheels are to match. And there you go. That will be our harvester. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to buy that. All right, now we need to get ourselves a header. Now, I like the look of the Els-Chalmers headers. This one only runs at 4 miles an hour, and it's 4.2 meters. This one only runs as 3.3 meters, and it only runs at 5 miles an hour. So the price is perfect. I'm just not going to do that. I'm actually going to go with this Fint, and we're going to go with this one and see. You know, it's only 4.2 meters, but it does go 6 miles an hour. So we're going to go with this. It's more expensive, but it's just going to add to the realism of the harvester. So it's going to push everything right around $20,000, which, you know, that tracks for probably what this setup would have cost brand new back in the 1970s. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to buy that. All right. And we are going to check contracts. I have a couple already accepted. I just wanted to see what else there was out there. Field 53 for canola. We'll probably take that one on as well. So let's go ahead and accept that contract. Now, that gives us 3 with canola and 1 with oats. So we'll probably do the one for oats first and put that in our smaller wagon. And we're going to go ahead. We're just going to hire a guy and get this field cut. And last month I did a couple baling contracts, so we did have a bit of excess hay, so I've gone ahead and put that in the clamp and covered it. That is not quite yet ready. As soon as that's ready, we'll sell it. We're not going to wait until the price goes up, because it's free to us, and we're not going to take advantage of the system, but we are going to, sell it at the max that we can make as soon as the silage is ready. So yeah, let's go ahead and we'll hire someone on that one, and we are going to go up to field 24 with our wagons. And field 24 is over there, so let's go ahead and get that going. Next thing we need to do is we need to pick this up. Now, that header actually matches quite well with this harvester. There's other ones that I was looking at, but I wanted, and they were much cheaper, and still fell within, specifications that I wanted, but I couldn't get the color match, and I am, a little superficial on that part, yeah. But yeah, I think it's a little bit more red, but it matches way better than, the blue one. That was much more affordable. So yeah, we're down to 27,000 though, so we're gonna have to start thinking about saving some money, because we do have one more large purchase to make for harvesting potatoes, which coincidentally I believe is next month. So yeah, we are going to be ready for potatoes in a month. Can't believe we're already to that point. So yeah, the way this harvester sounds, it sounds like a paratrooper's airplane going over a drop zone in World War II. It rattles, it shakes, it bangs. It's like it's got barn steel on the sides, and every little dip and bump on the road, you're gonna hear it. It just makes a big loud bang, like somebody hits the outside with a hammer. All right, so we are heading to field 24. We are going to harvest the oats, and this isn't my field, so I am going to disable the straw swath. Like I said, it's not my field. I do want to try and make this turn, because I'm going to cut across the highway. Well, and look at that, our wagons got there before us, which is not really a surprise to me. I fully intended that they would, as this harvester, I think, tops out at like 12 miles an hour. It does not move fast at all, but it does turn almost on a dime once the wheels are turned. Wheels take a little while to actually turn though. So yeah, we are going to get ourselves started, and I have not looked to see where the canola is going. I'm hoping everything goes to the same spot. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna have to sit there and reevaluate my plan. But we are going to start harvesting, and I think we'll use this to, no, this doesn't have enough horsepower to push that out of the way. But that looks to be perfect. And we're actually, I thought it'd be quieter in the cab. I thought wrong. So I am going to have to do an adjustment on volume. All right, that way, don't generally have to, but I think my 8-year-old was watching videos on the laptop earlier and made some adjustments to the volume for his own pleasure. I do wish we could see into the hopper. We cannot. That's fine. We will be okay, even if we can't see what's going on behind us. We do have a meter at the bottom running. I am going to turn off that help menu and see if we can't get this old girl turned around. Alright, so we're just gonna head back and forth on this, and I'm gonna hire someone to do this while I actually go and check and see where all of these are going to be delivered. Yeah, that is doing a nice job. Alright. Let's see where all of our contracts are going. And I also have a plowing contract. So I am not going to be doing field 69. That would take forever with this harvester. I mean, these two, this one here is already too large. So field 74 is our plowing oil mill, Johnson's oil mill, and oil mill. All right, so all the canola is going to the oil mill, and just these oats are going to Johnson's Farmers Market. So we're just going to go ahead and make sure we harvest these. At least we only have to go to 2 spots, but it's all like product at each spot. So none of the canola is going anywhere but the oil mill, and none of the oats are going anywhere but Johnson's Farmers Market. Now, this is sort of stalled out a bit because of that tree, which is fine. I am going to simply start cutting this myself. I don't see any reason that, well, not so much gonna do the whole thing myself. I'm just gonna go and do the outline here so that we're able to turn around freely. I had been having issues with my keybinds on being able to load the seeders as well as being able to refuel the tractor. So I did pick up manual refueling. I'm not enthusiastic about the manual refilling, but it does add a certain element of realistic play. So we'll go with it. And yeah, so let's go ahead. We'll do a couple more swipes here. If I'm gonna run something, it's not gonna be cutting grass, because I'm actually not picking this grass up. We will pick this grass up probably in November when we are doing our probably the month after we do the final cutting, and it's just going to sit here because it's all going to go into the silage clamp anyways. So there's no reason that I need to sit there and worry about picking it up. And we will, you know, at some point this month or next, probably this month, we'll go ahead and lime this field, as well as put down any fertilizer necessary. That is the nice thing about grass, is it does put down a bit of fertilizer for us. So yeah. All right, well, we're going to go ahead, we're going to hire a guy, and we're going to head back here, and we are going to start cutting this oat field ourselves, and just kind of getting used to our own harvester here. Another reason I didn't want to go with the smaller yet faster head is I have used this harvester in the past, and the issues that I have with that are it would miss about a meter every time it'd go up and down the field. It would have about a meter where it would miss, and I think that's just because of the header size when you would use AI. And if you hired somebody, you were going to be doing the field anyway. So that was the main reason that I went with a different header. But I'm okay with that on this one. It's not like it's I could have gone and gotten a 6-meter header with, that was an Chalmers, but I don't feel like it would have been that realistic. Or I could have also gone with the 6-foot Gleaner header, which also I don't think would have been totally realistic. And the other issue was they didn't match, and I wanted to try and stay somewhat in the color theme of the Chalmers. I couldn't paint them. They were just like a galvanized stainless steel for both of those, and to me it was just, you know, it just wasn't the feel I was going for. It didn't give me the right vibes. So yeah, this I believe is the first time we've cut oats. No, it's the second time we've cut oats. I think we did oats one time in August of last year. So we are finishing our 12th month, which is amazing that we are already on month 12. Yeah. So we're just going to keep going on this. I think this is a fun little harvester. It is small, but it's not like 1,500 liter small. So you are able to actually accomplish something with it and not have to stop every few minutes to unload it. Also at 6 miles an hour and 4.2 meters, it doesn't feel overly cumbersome for this harvester to run this header. And the overall graphic design of this and the animation of this header is phenomenal. So I believe this is a modded header. I know that the harvester is a mod, but fantastic job. And I mean, all modders, they all do a fantastic job. It looks like we are full. Let's kind of watch this open up, and I'm gonna be curious to see how much clearance we have with this this front wagon. I'm not concerned about. It's the back wagon that's a little bit taller.
Can you open this?
It's a little bit taller on the other wagon. So that remains to be seen whether or not it's going to be problematic. It looks like at the very edge we'll be okay. So it's all going to be a matter of alignment when we put this next to it. All right, so let's go ahead and continue offloading. You know, it's got nice animation on here. You know, you can see the screw turning, so that's good. You know, I wish you could see into the hopper tank, but I guess you can't have everything. I think that would have been really cool to be able to see that. So let's go ahead and close the. Very nice. I do like that. That is actually very cool. So yeah, great job, you guys. Kudos on a job well done making this harvester. And I just love the retro vintage look. I know there's some old John Deeres out there. In real life, we actually had an old John Deere on our farm, no cap. And you know, my dad growing up, when he grew up, you know, in the 40s and 50s, they didn't throw anything away. So when there was a wiring issue, I remember my dad had decided to use house wire to fix a wiring issue on the harvester, which was a terrible idea. It actually caught the started an electrical fire on the harvester. The hopper was empty, but I do remember there being a big mad rush to get a log chain and tow rope and throw that harvester into neutral so that it could be pulled out of a barn before it caught everything on fire. And you know, just one of those things that you look back on and you just kind of shake your head, because one, you can't believe it. Two, you look back on how comical it must have looked to an outsider. This mad dash, and I'm sure that it wasn't my dad probably wasn't the only one that's had you know, a quick, well, we got to get this harvest done, so we've got to do something to get it done today, and just looking for any fix you can. Sometimes it's, you know, it's fine, but more often than not, you know, you should just get it done right the first time. And I think that was about the last time any sort of house wire modifications were made on farm equipment. So the overall functionality of this harvester is really good. Sorry, I have a 4-year-old asking for a cupcake. I'm sure that's something you guys want to hear discussed. Hope everybody had a great Halloween last night. I know my kids had a fantastic time. They had a lot of fun. They got way too much candy, and they're doing their best today, which school decided that they were not going to have school today, so it's one of their planned days off. They did a teacher in service, and so the kids are home just getting hyped up on sugar that they collected last night. And yeah, fun for me. It's usually the time that I would be working one of my other jobs, not typically on Friday, because my youngest is his school schedule is only 4 days a week. So Fridays he's always home anyways. But on a normal Monday through Thursday, this time of day, I would probably be out, shopping for groceries and delivering them to people, because that is one of the ways that I do side gig work to earn money for our household. Now the inside of this cabin is actually quite surprisingly nice. I mean, there is no air. Oh, look at that. We do have a spot that we can see how our grain hopper is filling up. That is good to know for future use. I mean, it's 4,000 liters. I mean, it's not filling up terribly quickly. This field looks to be like I'm going to get about, I'm going to say right about 7,000 liters off of it. So I'm not sure exactly how much I have to turn in, but 7,000 liters, that's one of the reasons I didn't actually follow through with putting in oats. I was only going to get a similar amount of soybeans and oats, and the straw wouldn't make up the difference. So of the value that soybeans has over oats when you sell the harvest. The only knock on soybeans is that they are at their peak in the months of June and July. So you're holding on to that crop for over 6 months in order to maximize your income on it. Hopefully though, we're able to cover our expenses without having to rely on that extra 6-7 months. I think we'll do okay. Right now, on hand,
a few minutes.
Right now we have plenty of opportunities at this point in the year to earn extra money, and we'll still have another cutting to go this season. So where we can ted and bale a bunch of hay. And in actuality, from my last cutting that I did of that, I saved any and all hay bales so that I have over 25,000 liters stockpiled of hay, and I don't know if I'm going to save that just to get maybe, I thought about doing some sheep. Linen isn't really, or wool isn't really worth a whole lot for the amount of grass that you feed them and how much they cost, but it's something different. Have a few sheep on the farm. It's just one of those things that make it feel a little bit more realistic. And I know having chickens would be, I love having chickens in this playthrough, in any playthrough. They're probably my favorite animal, not just because they're so easy to maintain. Unless you get a lot of them, then it can get a little bit cumbersome, because they do eat a lot of barley or wheat or sorghum. And after a while, if you have too many chickens, it's hard to keep up with them. But I think for right now, we're going to wait a couple of years. We want to, make sure we have everything organized and be a bit more financially stable I was just going to take a quick look at the bank right now. We have 25 monthly payments left. We've already paid almost $60,000 on our loan. That is amazing that we have done that much already. So, as you can see, the next field I got to do is actually right up the bend and over this here incline. Probably shouldn't go through the trees, but I do have a fairly narrow header, so I'm hoping that I can manage to squeeze through. I think the bigger issue might actually be climbing the hill. There we go, and look at that, we are coming right up on it there. We'll use their driveway for the remainder of this, and yep, we will go ahead and I'm going to go do a couple of swipes on both ends here, and then we'll start it back and forth, go in the other direction. Alright, there we go. We are underway in the canola. I thought for sure I would have missed some there, but I didn't, which is a miracle in itself. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get this field going, and I am enjoying this harvester. This harvester actually seems to do everything we need it to do. These fields are, like this field here is actually, might be borderline on the large side for this harvester, but that's okay. I think it's a good fit for what we have on our farm, because we only have 3 fields at this time, and it's gonna serve us well. I think we can get through a couple of years with this one before we do have to, you know, say get something like the gleaner, or yeah, which is probably the one I'm going to go with when I do go up the next time, or unless I want to get 2 of these, which that could be fun to have a fleet of these old ollies. You know, that might be where we head with this. Who knows? I think there's something to be said for that. So yeah, when you guys watch this, why don't you give me an idea on what you think? Should I go for a little bit of variety, or should we stick with when we increase in a couple of years to speed up our harvesting? Should we get another Alice Chalmers just like this? I do like this one a lot. If I didn't, I wouldn't even bring it up as an option that I would consider. And this header is very beastly. It just has that, you know, that feel of, you know, this thing is meant to, especially with the vertical sickle blades on it, as well as the horizontal sickle bar that it is using. The vertical ones, it's a little bit, I guess, excessive. I guess I don't really need them, but they just look cool. I don't think I've ever seen that on any other harvester head that I can think of, but maybe I just have never paid enough attention. So yeah, I guess, you guys, that we are going to go ahead, turn around here, and we will eventually once we get to the back up to the other side, we're gonna set this on its back and forths, and we'll hire somebody to help us out with that. One thing I still have to do is I need to just spend a little bit of cash to cover the loading of the bales onto the wagon there, which I had not yet done, so I had forgotten to do that. So while we're going back up here, let's go ahead and go in to make that manual adjustment. We're gonna call it $600. I think that's more than fair, considering, you know, how many hours it probably would have taken to load that hay up. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to hire someone there. We're going to put our cover. Oh, I forgot to, when I customized this, I forgot to put a cover on it. All right. Or yeah, I forgot to put the cover back on this one. No big deal. We'll get along without it, I guess. But all right, so we will go ahead and finish up the rest of this harvesting off camera, and we will see you guys in the next episode, where hopefully we'll be about ready to buy ourselves a potato harvester and header for that harvester. So I'd like to tell you guys thank you for watching. If you made it this far, that's very brave of you. And if you did enjoy the video, please hit like and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Bye for now.